All right. Hello, this is Dan Passarelli. How you feeling today? Today, I want to share with you this trading system that I developed that I think you're really going to love. Before we get started, I need to point out options are not for everyone, and you should read characteristics and risks of standardized options before trading. Get a copy of that by calling 1-888-OPTIONS. All right, I know Jeanette can hear me. I want to make sure you can hear me and see my questions. Go ahead and hit that questions box. Tell me, actually put in the questions box, on a scale of 1 to 10, how close are you to being the best trader you can be? All right, little poll here. Go to the questions box. On a scale of 1 to 10, how close are you to being the best trader you can be? I got a 10, I got a 1, I got a 9.99. Wowsies. Okay, holy moly. We're all over here. We got a 7, we got a 6, we got a 3, we got an 8. All right, excellent. And you know, like honestly, I'll tell you what, I was hoping not to see any 10s or 1s, and I got one of each of those. To me, those are the only wrong answers, right? Because we're always learning, right? The best traders that I know, they keep pushing forward, right? So we're always striving to continue to get better. And hey, there shouldn't be any 1s either, because look, you're here, right? You're putting in the effort. You showed up, and that just puts you farther ahead. I love it. Now, this is my promise to you. I'm going to share with you how you can spot huge moves before they happen so you can participate in the biggest trades in the market, no matter what the market is doing, using my proprietary market scan to see when the trade's happening real time. And at the end of this presentation, I'll share how you can take the next step and start getting immediate results. Does that sound like a pretty fair deal? Hit that questions box and give me a big old yes. Show some enthusiasm too. Let's see. I got lots of yeses. This is great. Lots of yeses. Yeses with all caps. That's enthusiastic. Yes with 3 exclamation points. Holy moly, you guys are on top of this stuff here today. Now, in order for you to get the most out of this, I ask that really big ask here, make this presentation about you. Consider turning off your cell phone, close Facebook and all of that business, and let yourself get immersed in what I'm about to share. Let it in, let it become part of you. And stay till the end of the presentation, because not only are there some really great speakers coming up after me, there's still 2 more, but the most important things that I'm going to share come later. And if you have a question, I'm going to hold them all till the end. I will answer them all, write them down, and let's keep it positive and have some fun. Now, I mentioned something on that last slide there that was really important, and I hope that you caught it. I said, regardless of what the market is doing, we're talking about consistency. That is what is special about this system. Those of you watching this live, they can hear me right now live, not on the recording. You know, the market's down over 2% today. That's the S&P 500. The Russell's down over 4%. A lot of individual stocks, especially travel stocks and oil stocks, are really getting killed. It's tough to make money from long market correlated stocks. The best traders that I know, they use several different strategies. They have several tools in their tool belt. They have some strategies that are completely uncorrelated to the market. What that means is that if the market's down, you can still make money, and really good money. It doesn't matter if it's up, down, sideways, that's completely uncorrelated. And that's extremely important. If you want to beat the market, you can't rely on the market going up, right? Let me repeat. If you want to beat the market, you can't rely only on the market going up. In a market like this today, this system that I use identified one stock that's up over 23% today, and another it was up over 12% earlier today. Now again, the key word here is today, when most of the rest of the world is down. That's what we refer to as uncorrelated. Now, this is a pictorial representation of who I am, what I do, some of the organizations I've worked with. I traded for years down on the floor of the Chicago Board Options Exchange, wrote 2 of the most popular books on option trading. I've worked with every major options broker in the US and abroad, as well as pretty much all the options exchanges in the world as well. and I get to be on TV a lot, which is kind of fun. But this slide right here, this is also who I am, and to me, this is the more important stuff. The things that are important to me is my family. One of the things we like to do together is travel. We've been all over the world together. We enjoy traveling, we enjoy culture, we enjoy food and wine, music, playing a band occasionally. Like, these are the things that are important to me, and trading helps me be able to do them. Now, I asked before for you to think about your success level as a trader. I know some of you are just starting out, and some are already doing pretty well, and some of you have been struggling for a while. Whatever your success level is now, you believe that you can always do better, right? That's so key. And maybe that means having a little more freedom to take some time off and play golf whenever you want to. Or because of the travel innovations and freedom we have today, like using Airbnb. You can spend that $2,000 because you have that extra disposable income from the market, so that you can actually take that 3 to 5 day vacation to a dream beach home with the love of your life without having the financial responsibility of carrying the $10,000 mortgage that goes with it. Now listen, here at Market Taker, I will never preach about how trading can get you that brand new Ferrari. Like, that's not who we are. But what if you could learn a life skill trading that allowed you to be able to go purchase, like, that Mustang convertible for you to enjoy on the weekends, or, quick trips to the supermarket to pick up that one item your incredible wife or husband forgot for dinner that they're halfway through cooking already. Or maybe to be able to give more to your family members, put your kids or grandkids through college. Like, this is all possible. So now let's talk about apes. And no, not these apes. These apes, this new generation of self-directed traders who refer to themselves on the social media platform Reddit as apes. Earlier this year, I was sitting in front of my computer trading, doing some research like I do. I was reading these stories of brand new young traders who made hundreds of thousands of dollars, even millions, trading options on stocks of companies that were basically going out of business. And seemingly out of nowhere, the stocks went up several hundreds of percent, literally overnight. And these young folks who just started trading somehow found these stocks and got in before anyone else and made a lot of money. So this is me. Like many of you, I thought, how could these guys figure out a way to find these stocks when people like us, who've been trading for years, could not? It was embarrassing. I mean, it was completely demoralizing. And at first I didn't believe it until I talked to my 22-year-old son, who told me about friends of his, kids I knew since they were in diapers, who literally made hundreds of thousands of dollars doing this exact same thing. It was then that I knew I had to create a system that could spot huge moves before they happen, so I could participate in the biggest trades in the market too. And today, I'm going to share with you exactly how that system works, so when you spot them, you can trade them too. The first thing you have to know is that the way this is done is by trading short squeezes. In order to understand what a short squeeze is, first we have to understand what shorting a stock is. Here is a crash course. Short selling, or just plain old shorting, is when a trader borrows shares of a stock and sells them to someone else. Short sellers make money by buying the shares back later at a lower price than they sold them. Short sellers make money when the stock goes down. But there are risks. If the stock rises, the traders lose. And that's all fine and good, but there's a couple of things that really antagonize that situation. When you buy a stock, you can only lose what you pay for it, right? I mean, it would be terrible if you bought a stock and it went to zero. You could lose a lot. But with short selling, you can lose way more, because stocks can continue to go up forever. There's no upward limit, right? And shorting is by nature a very leveraged trade. When you buy that stock and you pay, the value of the stock, that's fine. But when you short a stock, you don't pay anything. You get money put into your account and you have to post just a small amount of that as margin. So it's a very leveraged trade with unlimited risk. Can be dangerous. This brings us to short squeezes. A short squeeze is when a lot of the outstanding shares of the company have been shorted. This could be mostly by all one trader, or it could be by many traders. And so what we do is we look for something called high short interest. More about that in a minute. When there's high short interest, and the gist of that is meaning that a lot of shares are shorted, and the stock begins to rally, what happens? Well, here's what happens. Like when you make a trade, if it goes against you, what do? Do you just ride it out and let it hit its maximum loss? Probably not, right? If you've been trading for a while, you've started to probably hone in on managing your risk better, right? Cutting your losses short. Well, that's what professional traders do. They're not novices. They've been trading for a long time. They cut their losses short. And so when the stock starts rallying higher, because it's very leveraged, because they're short and it's very leveraged, unlimited risk position, they buy back their shares. That's called buying to cover, or just plain covering. And when they do that, because they have a lot of these shares short, that creates a lot of demand, buying pressure. It drives the stock price up higher. And when the stock price goes up higher, I mean, look, there's other people watching it, right? Anybody ever trade momentum? I bet a lot of you have. There's a lot of momentum traders. When they see a stock going higher, guess what they do? They jump on and they buy it too, and that creates more buying pressure. And then the short sellers see the stock going up more, and they have to buy, and there's more and more pressure. It starts breaking through key pivot points, and the stock can really go up a lot. That is what a short squeeze is. Now, short squeezes have been around for decades, a century probably. But they've gotten very popular this past year, and it all started with a company called GameStop. Now, GameStop stock was heavily shorted at the beginning of this year. Everyone thought that they were going out of business. There were memes made about how the company, it was a miracle that they were still around. For those of you who don't know what memes are, it's like a funny picture with funny words over it, right? GameStop was the original OG meme stock. In late January of this year, GME had a huge short squeeze, and the traders who played it right made a lot of money. And then there were many other short squeeze stocks that followed afterwards, and they're still in vogue this year, and there's still great opportunities every single day. GameStop went from $19 to $483 in 2 weeks, and most of that move was just in a couple of days. Can you imagine the amount of money that you could have made trading that stock? Now consider how much money you could have made if you were trading the more leveraged limited risk call options. And the answer is literally thousands of percent. But in order to do so, you have to know about these opportunities before they happen, before the general public does. So we have to have a system for identifying the short squeeze candidates. So step one is we identify stocks with high short interest. Step two is we take that list or that basket and cross-check them against the company's profitability. Then we look for unusual activity, and that just means that there's a high volume of out-of-the-money calls being bought. And we also look for reverse call skew, which is just a fancy word for saying there's very high demand for these calls. All this coincides with the stock rising up from a base. Now let's break some of these down. I've mentioned this idea of high short interest. Well, let's narrow in on exactly what that is. So this is a figure that's updated about every 2 weeks, and you can find this information anywhere. It's free on the internet. HighShortInterest.com, FinViz, your broker, it's out there. You can easily curate a basket of these. Takes a little bit of labor, but I'll show you a way where it's not going to take you any labor in just a little bit. So I identify high short interest where there's more than 15% of the company's shares of stock that are available for trading that have been shorted. Some people might call the number of shares that are available for trading the float, right? If that's something you look at. But when there's more than 15% of all the tradable shares that have been shorted, that's a lot, and that is high short interest. Then we take that basket and we cross-check that against how profitable each of those companies are. And look, you don't have to be a financial expert here. There's some subjectivity. Generally, we look to see if the company is making money. There are a number of ways to do this, and if you're not familiar with some of these terms on the slide here, don't worry, I'm going to share with you where you can get a completely cross-checked list so you don't have to put any of the legwork in yourself. So you can find this information on any trading platform or on lots of financial websites. I look for uptrending or positive earnings, for a low price to earnings ratio, for positive cash flow per share. And then we look for what is referred to as unusual activity. We're looking for big trades that happen that are out of the ordinary, that indicate what other traders are doing in the market, and we see if we should follow along. This is the trickiest part of all of this. So many people oversimplify this part and they get frustrated because they can't make it work. We're looking for very specific data. Most amateur traders only look for volume, but we have to take it even farther. In addition to volume, the trade must be an opening transaction. We don't care, like if somebody bought these calls 2 weeks ago and the stock went up a little bit and they're taking their profit now because they no longer have conviction it's going to go up, like we don't care about that. We're looking only for opening trades, and specifically opening trades that are buys. A lot of people don't think about it because, a lot of newer people to this oversimplify it. Just because 50,000 calls traded doesn't mean somebody bought 50,000 calls. There could be some money management firm out there, or a hedge fund or a pension fund where somebody owns a ton of the stock and maybe they're selling covered calls against it because they think the stock's not going to go up through that strike. So we only are interested in opening buying transactions. Those transactions have to be outright transactions. That just means it's not part of a spread, right? Because if somebody buys, 5,000 of the 9 strike calls, but they also sell 5,000 of the 8 strike calls, that's a call credit spread. They think the stock's not going up. Or if they buy, 10,000 of the 8 calls, but also 10,000 of the 8 puts, they don't think stock's going up. They just think there's going to be crazy volatility, right? So not part of a spread. We also prefer sweeps. A sweep is when a trader buys a lot of these calls and it trades on several exchanges all at once. That's because the person bought the offer and was not planning on messing around and middling the market and trying to save a penny. That person wanted to get it done fast because he thinks that the stock can really take off. And look, the important thing is, in order to make this work, it's important to get in shortly before the big trade happens, right? And also later, I'll share with you how you can get alerts so you don't even have to sit in front of your computer all day waiting for these trades to show up. They're just delivered right to you in a browser window. And the fourth thing is that all this coincides with the stock rising from a base. And you can see the base here, right? That's right before the squeeze right here. And you see how it played out over just a couple of days, right? It starts with this, little green bar. I mean, before we see this, it was probably a bigger green bar, right? But in hindsight, it's a little green bar. And so you have some time to get in, because the next day was a huge explosive move to the upside. And one of the dangers here, like if you're not doing this right, you don't want to buy at the top, because a lot of times these moves reverse huge. The next day, the stock opened a bunch higher, but then fell throughout the day to close much, much lower. I mean, the timing doesn't have to be perfect, but you have to know when to get in to get it right. Like, do you see that? Do you see why it is important to get the signal when the trades trigger? Yes, give me a yes. Give me a yes. All right, I got a yes from Michelle. I got a yes from Thomas. I got a yes from James. I got a yes from Jim. I got a yes from another Jim. And Tommy and Pedro and John and Claude and Raymond. Okay, great. You guys are awesome. George, Chris. Okay, cool. Thanks, Greg. So these moves, they're basically tipped off by other traders. Like, they let you know when to get in if you know what to watch. So this is a fairly unique strategy that we use trading these short squeezes. And it's sort of the same strategy that Muhammad Ali used to defeat George Foreman in what has been called the greatest sporting event of all time, the Rumble in the Jungle. George Foreman was known for speed. George Foreman was known for power, and Muhammad Ali was known for speed. Ali was the underdog with 4-to-1 odds against him winning the fight. So he came up with what he called a secret strategy. And it's the same secret strategy that I use and that I'm going to share with you right now. Muhammad Ali knew the way to win was to wear Foreman down and wait for his opportunity. And so he backed up to the ropes and he covered his face. He let Foreman hit him, delivering a lot of small punches that did very minimal damage, didn't score any points. And then when there's an opening, Ali would attack. Small little losses for not much damage, and then boom, scoring some big points. The fight only lasted 6 rounds when Foreman got knocked out. Muhammad Ali's strategy, that he later referred to as rope-a-dope, worked. This is a very common strategy in trading. Some of the best traders of all time do this exact same thing. Nicholas Nassim Taleb is famous for using this strategy that made him rich. There were a father and son team of traders that I used to work with on the trading floor, the CBOE trading floor. They used a strategy like this, and they made millions doing it. And we use it as well. The idea is that we'll have several trades that don't work out, but we'll have very small risk. But the one that takes off can make up for the losers many, many times over. This is classic trading 101. Keep your losses small and let your profits run. So what's possible trading these short squeezes? Let's talk realistically. Well, first of all, there can be highly leveraged profits resulting from huge up moves in the stock. And we can frequently find trades. Sometimes we can find several trades a day. Today, when most of the market's getting killed, we've got trades that are hitting our tape right now. And it's easy to manage the risk. So now let's take a look at what this really looks like in real life. So this was AMC earlier this year. A trader could have bought the 25 calls at 73 cents and then sold them the very next day at $3.60 for a 393% profit. On a one lot, that's a $287 profit. 5 lot traders could have made $1,435. 10 lot traders, $2,870. On a 20 lot, that's $5,740. In Clover Health Investments Corporation, A trader could have bought the 19 calls at $1 and sold them the very next day at $8.20. That is a 720% overnight profit. So someone trading a one lot could have made $720 with very, very little risk. 5 lot traders could have made $3,600. 10 lot traders could have made $7,200 on this one trade. On a 20 lot, that's $14,400. Now here's one. This is Spirit SPRT. A trader could have bought the 9 strike calls at $1.90 and then a week later sold them on about the low of the day at $24.70. That is a massive 1,200% profit in a week. And a one lot, just a one lot, the tiny, tiny little trade. A trader could have made $2,280. 5 lot traders, that's an $11,400 trade. 10 lot traders, that's a $22,800 trade. On a 20 lot, that's $45,600. But here's the thing. That stock actually traded as high as $59, $59.69 to be exact. Now, I never strive to time my trades just about right, but just to put this into perspective, if somebody did time this exactly correct, all these pretty darn impressive numbers here that you're looking at would be at least double. A 20 lot could have made someone $90,000 plus. Now again, look, not all of these are going to work out that great. Like I said, and you're going to have some that lose. But when the big ones hit, they can more than make up for a string of losers. In fact, this is a trade that actually didn't even work out as planned. And you can see the trades from my trade history down at the bottom. So look, as I was developing this, I bought just a 2 lot. I traded this super small because I was trying out a new management technique. I bought a 2 lot on the August 24th calls here at 23 cents. Then on September 1st, the stock popped. So I sold half at 70 cents, which is almost a 200% profit. But then the stock started coming down, so I closed the other one at 36 cents, still a profit. That ended up an average price of 53 cents. And look, I got in right here and I got out right here. Just this little teeny tiny run. This is not one of those huge short squeeze spikes that we see all the time. And like just that little tiny run, this is still a very solid trade, 130% profit on very, very small risk. And like I said, I would say that this one didn't really even work out. I mean, it's $30 on a 1 lot. It's a nice $300 on a 10 lot, $750 on a 25 lot, right? And it's very low price trade. You can afford to trade these pretty big. Buy now. Have you found today helpful? And do you think today was time well spent? Do you think that you can use what you've learned today to grow your portfolio and provide you and your family with a better quality of life? You know, these next 3, I actually want you to answer. These next 3, I want you to answer. Would you like to get results even faster? Yes, says Michael. Yes, says Pedro. Yes, says David. Yes, says Michelle. Yes, says Greg and Craig and George. Okay, do you want to get bigger results? Yes, is Raymond, and yes, is Thomas, and yes, is Greg, and yes, is Michael, and John, and George. Is it okay if I show you a way to go even deeper and get bigger results even faster? Yes, is Christopher. Yes, is Craig. Yes, is Greg. Yes, is Rod, and Pedro, and Michael, and Thomas, and Ivan, and Raymond, and Michelle. Great. In summary, there are a few important takeaways. First of all, look, this is a very simple setup, right? I literally shared with you exactly how this works. We look for stocks with high short interest. We look for profitable companies that have high short interest. We look for a high volume of calls being bought when the stock is beginning to rise. Very simple, but there's a problem. There's a few problems, actually. First, the thing about trading a short squeeze is that the last person to buy is left holding the bag, okay? Last person to buy is left holding the bag. And you've seen some of the charts of these. They're often these big spikes in the stock. They shoot up and the next day they're right back down. If you don't have the timing right, it'll never work. But if you could be alerted at the time the squeeze is just starting, how powerful would that be? Very powerful. Because you can't do all the analysis yourself. It's very, very time consuming. I've tried. It's impossible. With all the short squeeze candidates out there, you would have to be in front of your computer all day long just to spot one, and then cross-check all the trade criteria to see if it's a real signal or a false signal, if it's opening, buying, outright, sweep. You could not possibly monitor all of them real time, just not possible. You would need an alert. So over the past 6 months, I've worked with our team on developing a solution. OptionsRaider alerts are officially here. Every day, you'll get real-time alerts when traders are buying a large volume of calls to open a new position and initiate a short squeeze. You'll be the first to spot huge moves before they happen, so you can participate in the biggest trades in the market using my proprietary signals to see exactly when the trade is happening real time. So first, let me start off by talking about who the system's not for. Just to be clear, this is not for people looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. It's just not that kind of strategy. This is about having a system that drives consistent overall results no matter what the market is doing. And this is also not for people who love spending hours going through thousands of charts and doing all this massive amounts of research to find one trade, to find just a decent trade. This is designed to save you time, efficiency. Look, as a trader, your time is valuable, right? You want to find the best trades and be able to make them and not waste your time. These trades can literally be made in a couple of minutes and not hours because all the information pops up on a browser window. And this is also not for wishy-washy procrastinators, overthinkers, wishy-washy people who see a good investment but can't make a decision to save their lives. Don't make very good traders. But I know that's not you because you've invested your time being here today, and that's awesome. Because let me tell you who this is for. This is for you. If you want your trading to be easier and less time consuming, this is for you. If either you're new to options and want a simple, easy to follow system, or you're experienced and you want to simplify your trading and enjoy some occasional huge winners, this is for you. If you can follow a few simple steps, and this is for you if you're willing to invest in yourself. You now have a new opportunity to participate in the biggest moves in the market, to get real-time alerts you couldn't find on your own with enough time to get in the trade. We've created a simple, complete system that anyone can follow. We manually scan the market for you and update the basket of high candidate stocks real time for you. We scan the internet for the top stocks most likely to experience a short squeeze and cross-reference them against profitability and 7 other proprietary trade criteria to maximize chances of catching an early signal. Then you have password access to real-time trade signals sent directly from the Chicago Board Options Exchange. I've pulled some strings for you. I've negotiated a contract with the Chicago Board Options Exchange for you to get professional trade data you can't get from any other source. I repeat, you literally cannot get this from any other source. I, as a professional in this field, pay for the data because not only is it expensive, it's about $9,000 for professionals, but it's not available to non-professionals at any price until now. And the best part is it's all legal. When you sign up, you'll sign up as yourself and not a professional trader. And you'll get access to these signals through this deal that I made with the exchange on your behalf. This is what Thomas from Santa Maria, California said. He said, Dan Passarelli has done it again. He's worked a deal with the CBOE to provide the retail options trader with OptionsRaider, which is like nothing else I've seen offered to the average retail trader online. I feel like I have an advantage that most retail traders don't, and I do. Data being fed directly to my computer straight from the CBOE, which is incredibly awesome. This is exactly the information that I was looking for. The information that gives you the signals that a short squeeze is about to happen and enables me to take part in the incredible gains that come. However, do have a written plan to follow in combination with the instruction that Dan gives in his videos. These are some more examples of the trades, both entries and exits, that could be identified by the OptionsRaider scanner. A trader could have bought the BGFV 20 calls at $1 and 6 days later sold them at over $13 for more than a 1,200% profit. So on a 1 lot, that'd be $1,200 of profit. On a 5 lot, that would be $6,000. A 10 lot would be $12,000 in profit. In PETS, a trader could have bought the 30 calls at 80 cents and the next day sold them at $14 for a $1,320 profit on just a 1 lot. That's a 1,650% profit. A 5 lot would have been $6,600. In Geo, a trader could have bought the 7 straight calls at 35 cents and the next day sold at $2.05 for a 485% profit. And these smaller dollar trades enable traders to trade more contracts. On a 20 lot, a trader could have invested $700 and ended up with $4,100. Even if you make, say, 2 of these trades a week, how much impact can this have on you and your family's financial future? Really? What do you think? And these are some of the trades that were identified just today, with the S&P 500 down 2%, the Russell down over 4%. OptionsRaider found APT, the stock was up over 25% last I looked. INO, the stock was up over 12% earlier before coming down a bit. I want to invite you to join us and start using the OptionsRaider system right away. So first, you're going to get the OptionsRaider scanner. So every day, you'll get real-time alerts of big call buying trades that happen and could trigger the next huge move. This simple scanner searches the universe of over 7,000 stocks for the setup and makes it possible to find the trades that you would never have access to without it. This is my easy-to-use alert system that helps you identify the short squeezes based on options activity, so you'll never have to second-guess yourself in the market again. But I want to make sure that this works for every single person in this webinar. So I'm going to give you a handful of key support bonuses to make sure you have everything you need to make this work. For you to profit with the OptionsRaider system, I need you to know how it works. So I created a video training course that shows you step by step exactly how and why the OptionsRaider system works. How to set up the trades, the filters and cross scans to optimize the strategy, and of course, targets and trade management. Whoops. So what this means is first you're going to get the OptionsRaider trade triggers, and you're also going to get the OptionsRaider Accelerator video course. What I really want for you is to make as much money as possible trading OptionsRaider signals. And I imagine you do too. So every day we're going to rank the top OptionsRaider trades and list them out and give you our top picks so you can see what we think are the best of the best. This is the OptionsRaider weekly watch list, and it's a $1,200 value. Plus, our head coach, John, formerly with Goldman Sachs, will also add a bonus trade every day from his daily group coaching class so you can diversify your trading and get all the top trades of the day by simply clicking one link to access your curated watch list. So what this means is first you're going to get the OptionsRaider trade triggers, then you're going to get the OptionsRaider Accelerator video course, and you're also going to get the OptionsRaider top picks weekly watch list. This is a $5,200 value package. Do you mind if I over deliver? The bottom line is we know it can work for you because we're going to make sure you have all the training you need to make it work. Look, you wouldn't perform surgery on someone if you didn't know what you're doing, right? I mean, I wouldn't let you perform surgery on me if you didn't have any training. So as soon as you get this powerful tool in your hands, you'll also get access to the archive of the OptionsRaider all-day bootcamp. You're going to get the video of a full day's training course to watch at your leisure on every single aspect of trading short squeezes using OptionsRaider to maximize your chances of success. In the bootcamp, I'll share how short interest data works and caveats to watch out for, how to read options data to identify high probability short squeeze candidates, the up till now secret proprietary criteria that I use in our system, how to maximize your exits to make bank on the trades that skyrocket, and how to make all this really simple. So what that means is first you're going to get the OptionsRaider trade triggers, then you're going to get the OptionsRaider Accelerator video course and the OptionsRaider top picks weekly watch list, and also the OptionsRaider all-day bootcamp. OptionsRaider works on all platforms. One simple window to deliver your trade triggers real time. It's very simple. And you can trade on your platform of choice. You don't have to use any specific broker. Buy now. You can see why the OptionsRaider training system is a steal even at $10,200. If all this did for you was identify the trades that had profit returns of 485% or 1,650% or even 1,300%, the question you need to ask yourself is, would it be worth it? Yes and yes. Because you're not going to pay $10,200 today. Because you've made the investment of being here live on this training, and for being one of my action takers, you are the elite. You're better than the millions of other traders out there, better than the millions of other traders. And I want you to have the results that you deserve. Get started today for a one-time, small, easy investment of only $497. But you have to be one of the first 25 new members today, and you have to take massive action by going to markettaker.com/trade markettaker.com/now. That's market as in stock market, taker as in take what is rightfully yours, 2 T's in a row, markettaker.com/now. 1, 2, 3, boom. And I was not kidding about these trades coming straight from the CBOE. When you go to markettaker.com/now, the first page you're going to get taken to is a page from the CBOE's compliance. All right? Like, you're literally getting these trades that you cannot get from any other source, immediate, real time to the millisecond. Just to recap one more time, when you open your browser and go to markettaker.com/now and sign up today, you're going to get access to the OptionsRaider alerts that's going to identify the highest probability short squeeze trades in real time. On top of that, when you're one of the first 25, you're going to get instant access to the OptionsRaider Accelerator video course to get you up and running right away. You will also get access to the OptionsRaider weekly watch list with my top picks of the best trades I'm looking to trade with this scanner. This way, you'll have the best opportunity to generate profits from the scanner by following the exact trades I'm looking to place from the scanner. Lastly, when you open up your browser and type in markettaker.com/now and lock in your OptionsRaider traders package, you will also get access to the OptionsRaider all-day bootcamp. This way, you will take this powerful tool and maximize your success with it. You'll literally have everything you need to select the optimal trades every time. But you have to take action today and be one of the first 25 members today. And there's one more bonus that I kind of mentioned before, but I didn't put it on the slide. It's sort of a secret bonus, is you're going to get access for a full 3 months to the MTM community chat room. That is a $297 value. The MTM community chat room is where all our top traders go and they post their trades real time and support each other. You'll be in a community with traders going through the same struggles that you are. And you'll be watching some of our top traders trading OptionsRaider live, real time, and posting when they're getting in and when they're getting out. This is invaluable. Now, I've been talking for about 50 minutes. So I'm going to take just a quick 15-second break to get a quick drink of water and check with my team to see how many of those bonus spots are still available, how many of those 25 bonus spots are still available. And then I will be right back to answer all your questions before we end this training. So give me 15 seconds and I'll be right back. All right, folks, we still have 9 more bonus spots left. So if you want to claim one of those last spots, then open your browser tab and go to markettaker.com/now or click the link in the chat box. And can you use credit on this? What if you are not ready for the $497? Well, guess what? We have a deal with PayPal to offer you both PayPal as a payment option and PayPal credit. So you can lock in OptionsRaider today when you check out using PayPal and choose PayPal credit. Just go to markettaker.com/now and click the yellow or blue PayPal button to get started right now. Now I'm going to answer some questions. So please send in your questions, and then I'm also going to welcome all the new OptionsRaider members. But before I do either of those things, I have a couple frequently asked questions. What if I can't install it properly? Easy, there's nothing to install. I'm not great with technology, so I wanted to make it easy for you. Simply type in your password into a browser window and it displays your trade triggers real time. Is this time consuming? No, I know you're busy. Many traders are. I've designed OptionsRaider so you can literally trade the system in about 60 seconds a trade. What if I can't figure it out? You get both short videos in the Accelerator video course for reference, plus the all-day bootcamp that shares everything you need to master short squeezes. All right, I'm going to take some questions. Let's see here. Samir says, do you send out the trade alerts on the phone if the trader is not in front of your computer? What many traders do that just trade on their phone or are mobile is you just put it in a browser window on your phone. It works great. And then you can just check it right then and there. Roy says, does this work on TradingView? Yes, whoever your broker is, if you're able to trade options, you can trade through it because this, all you need is a browser and any options trading platform. Mary says, what if I can't do spreads in my account? That's okay. This doesn't use spreads. It's just straight call buying, very specific call buying. Todd says, yes. And Todd says, how much do you need to play? So we have some students with as low as $2,000 in their trading account. We have some students with millions of dollars. What is the best way to grow your account into a bigger account? Well, it's to make money in your account, right? So this is an opportunity for you to be more consistent and catch some of these really, really big moves. And Anil says, any comments for Canadian investors? Yeah, if you can trade American options on whatever platform you have, you can trade OptionsRaider because this is not platform specific. All you have to do is open up any browser window, type in a password, and it pops up. Does one need to be in front of the computer or phone at all times to get the trades? No. I mean, look, I'm not. I do trade all day, but part of my role here in Market Taker is coaching, right? So sometimes I'm in one-on-one coaching sessions or I'm in a webinar like this and I'm not able to trade, but I just go afterwards and I look at OptionsRaider and I see what trades popped up. Like, the timing doesn't have to be perfect, but you have to get the trades not like a week later or a month later or 3 days later. You know, you want to get them within a couple hours. So what I do is I just go every now and then and I pop into OptionsRaider and I look to see what's been trading. So yeah, that is no problem at all. Roy says, how many top picks a week will I receive? So it varies per week. I see now that now we have 4 OptionsRaider trades. When I put this presentation together, I shared 2 with you, but there are 4 OptionsRaider trades today, and it varies. There was one day when there was 0. I think there was only one day in the past 5 months or whatever it's been that we've had this where there were 0 trades. There's usually at least 1, but sometimes there's like 10. I would say an average day is probably more like 4 different trades pop up. So good question, Roy. Samir says, what are the 4 trades today? I missed part of the presentation. You know what, Samir, there's going to be a recording and you can go back. I don't want to go back and repeat some things that I've done already, but one was APT and one was INO. I remember those. So great questions. This is really fantastic. Joanna asks, is there a way to ask questions about OptionsRaider after signing up? And yes, you will be able to ask questions in the MTM community chat room. You will have direct access to me and to John and all of our top students. You'll be able to talk to the other students who have the same trades on about how they're managing them. Again, the chat room, that's sort of our secret bonus. It's a $297 value that you will also get today when you go to markettaker.com/now. Let's see if we have any final questions. We do not. And welcome. I just want to really quick, I know we've got some other great speakers today, but I do want to welcome Doug from Star, Idaho, and I want to welcome Jim from Thunderbolt, Georgia. And I want to welcome Tom from Yellowknife NT in Canada. I want to welcome Jane from Houston, Texas. And then I'm going to hold off on welcoming other people just because I want to answer a couple quick questions and then hand this back over to Jeanette. But VW says in the sign up page, it's asking me to enter a company name. Yeah, don't enter the company name. You don't need to do that. Doug says, awesome, Dan, thanks. You're welcome, my friend. Samuel says, are we going to learn how to identify this opportunity by ourselves, or will we be dependent on you all the time? Yeah, you are going to get the OptionsRaider Accelerator video course, which really just, I mean, all the videos are very, very short. They're anywhere from like 5 to 9 minutes or something like that, where I show you exactly what to do. Plus, in the all-day bootcamp recording, I go into great detail. You will master the short squeeze. So great question, Samuel. And all that said, hey, welcome to all our new folks. I just saw a good handful more pop in. Welcome. So honored to be able to share some of my time with you. And thanks. And again, welcome to all our new members.